D&Dark is an absurd, over-the-top comedy horror adventure that is intended for older audiences. Content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions.
Hello and welcome to D&Dark, a comedy horror adventure Realplay podcast loosely based on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and starring some of history's most infamous monsters. I'm Danger Dan Jerz, and I'm your host / Crypt Keeper.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben Magnet. I play Mary Frankenstein, the barbarian paladin, and we had a really good character moment last time. I thought that was really nice. Mm-hmm. Mary has been really trying hard to keep up with this whole Oath of Redemption thing, and there has been a little thing in the back of his brain about, but Dracula though, because Dracula sucks. No pun intended. He's just a dick. We don't like him. He's not a good guy. And Mary actually went back and communed with Saint Maria Van Helsing. It's like, hey, can I please get some guidance and some help? Because this, I'm a little conflicted here. I know what I signed up for, but come on, man. And she was like, yeah, no, Ice this fool. He's not that good. You're good. You're good. So, I mean, she did say it like that. She said it a lot more eloquently than I ever could. So I'm like, cool, thanks. Peaced out. And now we're about to...
She said it more like, Ice this fool. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Straight just asking mom for permission to beat your little brother.
Oh my god! But yeah, Mary has a newfound confidence and trust in the group of taking down Dracula, so he's raring to go.
Hello, I'm Grayson. Play Jack Griffin, the Invisible Man, party's rogue. Last episode, Jack walked around and wanted to check in with everybody after his big reveal that he has an alternate personality that he never wanted to really come out. But hey, we're back in the driver's seat, and it feels way better. So I'd like to keep it that way, if at all possible. Please, Dan, please.
I mean, you did mix yourself a potion to be able to resist invisible mania, so I don't foresee that happening again.
Yes. All right, cool.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron, and I play, well, at this point, I think it's the Angel of Music, our bard.
Yeah!
Last time I caused an international incident with some spray paint and good humor. And I had really genuine moments with each member of the team with no lies or deceptions. It was really, really nice. And I got a fucking sick new outfit, baby.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's the same outfit, but recolored. I got a new skin.
Hello, my name is Daniel Cruz, and I play Imhotep the Mummy, our cleric. And last session, I feel like Imhotep's activities can be summed up with nap.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, naps are important, man.
Especially when you hit death saves, 4 times in a row?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Everybody had these great moments. I had a nice one with Jack at the end, but for me, it was mostly nap time. Because ow.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play Larry Talbot, a lycanthropic warlock, and the previous session was just a nice, quiet night. Larry got to enjoy a night of the full moon for once, until nicely having to tuck Imhotep into a cocoon. After tucking in Imhotep nicely into EP time, got to suss out a little bit more information about Renfield, knowing that there's something that is his goal and his overarching mission, but then learning there's like a deeper want of freedom beneath it all. He's a complex little guy, complex little onion, so we'll see how that all shakes out.
He's an onion with layers.
All right, and with that, let's peel those layers. Quick note from Editor Dan. So off mic, because of how the last arc went and knowing what the team is about to get into, Daniel asked me how we would be ruling the Revivify spell. It is not at all uncommon for the spell to be homebrewed as off-limits because it has the potential to weaken the impact of character deaths, but I've decided to let it stand exactly as is. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point, which means there has to be a body you can physically touch, and you only have 1 minute to bring them back before it is too late. But otherwise, the spell's fair game. All right, Jordan, card of the day.
knowing who we're gonna go knock on the door of, I'm gonna take the Card of Death.
Ooh.
Which means I will have resistance to necrotic damage, which I remember his breath weapon or whatever that blast was.
Oh.
The wolf remembers, Larry remembers. So, and I can cast Speak with the Dead without spending a Warlock spell slot. But the important part, necrotic damage.
So, where we left off, you had all pulled up to Warwick Castle, and the road was suspiciously unimpeded, and you can feel the sense that you are currently in the calm before the storm.
Larry, I get the feeling you probably could get the most mileage out of this, and Phantom produces the pocket watch.
Oh.
You should probably hold on to it. I've noticed that your cool big spells come out exceedingly rarely, and I assume that you get tired. So, here you go.
Yeah, they do take a lot out of me, but thank you.
Also, as a point of item distribution, I would say someone else should probably hold on to that broom if Larry wants it or if Imhotep wants it, just for mobility's sake.
I think I have a plan. Unfortunately, looking at the giant scythe I've managed to cram into the carriage, I think in order to rip out Vordenberg's soul, I'm going to need to get close and personal with the big man, so if you don't mind. But I do want to give this back to you. I'm sorry, I needed to use it, and I'm going to hand you the Lantern of See Invisibility.
I was curious, just in case the worst were to happen. Imhotep, do you mind holding on to it so that way you guys can find me again?
I suppose. He just kind of opens up the bag of holding.
As you open up the bag, you feel a familiar chill, and Renfield will a little nervously say, "All right, well, I really don't want to do this, but I feel as though you all need as much help as you can get. There is another weapon hidden away in the castle's vault. I can get you there, and then it is on you to make it work. In its current state, it is not going to be particularly helpful, but I'm sure you can find a way to turn it to your own means."
Any weapon we can use against Dracula is something we need. If you can get us there, I know we'll be able to make it work.
I actually believe that it's one that you might take a particular fascination with. I seem to remember you, interrogating a set of triplets about a thunder-based weapon.
I wasn't
Oh, so you just listen to everything we say, huh?
Okay, first of all, I wasn't interrogating, I was asking them, and I don't even remember intimidating. Did I come off as interrogating? I don't think I was.
All right, we're getting lost in the details here. Yes, interrogation was a strong word, and yes, I do listen to everything you guys say. Now, this weapon is a storm generator. It's a machine that our resources were working on that we were unable to get functional. It was a machine that is supposed to harness and redirect the concussive energy of an oncoming storm. The problem was it couldn't quite generate enough power to sustain itself, and the amount of power necessary made it completely impractical, so we just locked it away with the rest of the Horde. But if you can get there, figure out what to do with it, and make it work to your own means, I'm sure that you will find a way for it to benefit you.
And Mary's eyes just widen. We need to get to the vault right now.
Fine by me. While the team is walking, Jack will be kind of fiddling with his grappling gun, trying to get something to work, but it's not exactly working in the most proper of ways at the moment.
And as you make your way inside, it is suspiciously quiet.
Are there any of those same traps or blockades that were present before?
None whatsoever, and further still, the doors are all open.
Oh, good.
Can I roll a perception check?
Sure, go ahead and roll. I will say everyone roll either perception or insight.
You know, I'm going to save my DM aspiration. That was a 2 on the die plus 5, so it's a 7 total.
not sure if this will buff my chances, but can I toss on a see invisibility so I can see ethereal plane stuff and /or if anything is invisible?
Sure.
I got 18.
My insight is a dirty 20.
The pathway forward is completely unimpeded. There is nobody on this floor of the castle, no traps in your way, and nothing of value left out. You can tell that you were expected and that this is probably a trap.
So, like, we all get that what is being set up, right?
Yep.
This isn't just me. We all get that Dracula's like, oh, here come the boobs. I'm going to fuck them up now.
Yeah. I do know a thing or two about hubris, though, so I have a feeling on how this still ends.
If we're going to be walking into a trap, I would probably suggest that maybe we don't take the most direct route.
I mean, he is expecting us. It is less of a, let us find a way to sneak around to him. He already knows we are here.
And then to tack on the see invisibility, you can sense still in the small little chapel where you all had first entered this castle through the ethereal plane, that interplanar portal is still there. It is kind of tucked and hidden away, and you can tell that there is more to it than just the ethereal and material planes. And you can also see and feel the spirit of Renfield climbing up out of the bag and starting to head in that direction, ushering you all to follow.
When you say climbing out of the bag, do you mean like there's like a spirit orb, or is that like a ghostly hand prying itself out of the bag?
Ghostly hand.
Imhotep pulls the bag out. Oh, that's so uncomfortable, man. Don't do that.
So, where you going there, bud?
This is the entrance to the vault.
The storm vault we were just talking about?
Yes, the one that I mentioned not even a minute ago.
Well, damn, your timing is impeccable.
It's almost as though this were scripted. Please, everybody, step this direction.
Okay.
And Renfield is going to approach the interplanar portal and speak a different command phrase as he whispers into it, Orcus.
Imhotep, does Imhotep hear that?
He does.
Instantly just like straightens up and stiffens.
And the portal changes color, and you can feel it leading into a different demi-plane than the original ethereal portal you had crawled in out of.
So before we proceed, Renfield, I believe you might have noticed the everybody hated that.
Listen, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. That was the command phrase to take this portal into the vault.
Yeah, I want to tack on that. Even though Larry doesn't know what that means and is unbothered, internally the wolf entity's like hairs stand on end.
Oh, boy.
Well, all right. I'm gonna hop in, y'all. If I die, don't hop in after me.
How will we know?
Let me just go.
Oh, bye.
God damn it. Never mind.
Up, going.
Going for it.
I know we just had a talk with Jack about me rushing into situations, but I can take hits. Fine. I just jump on in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So much.
And you walk in to an enormous hoard of treasure, resources, coins, materials, and off in the back there is a strange machine that has been gathering dust for quite some time. That is a mishmash of engines and pistons and Tesla coils.
Imhotep is like scanning this room, and he just happens to like be fiddling a coin between his fingers as he's looking over it all.
Do what you need to do in here. We are on a bit of a time crunch, so try not to take too long. In the meantime, I suggest that I run recon to try and make sure that the master stays distracted.
Before you go, I'll just be up front. What does this key do? And he's going to pull out the key.
That opens the much longer way in.
And he'll chuck it. It's so funny. I tried so hard to keep that thing with me, too.
So I'm imagining Mary seeing the thing and Imhotep putting his hand out in front of me and saying, "This treasure is tainted. Nothing in here besides what we came for is worth taking."
Yeah, only touch the thing we're gonna go for. And I am gonna go for that thing as I point to the machine in the back. And let's just hope this thing can do something good for us. And as Mary walks, Dan, can I roll another perception check just to like see if any of the gold is like particularly booby trapped, or like if I accidentally like step on the wrong coin, everything start.
Imhotep is just gonna kind of put his hand out and say, "I don't think you need to worry about that. Let us get what we came for and go.
Alrighty.
I have a way to handle this mess. Don't worry about that."
All right, so Mary just goes and...
And I didn't hear any objections to my running recon, so...
No, do your thing.
Oh, no, go for it. Go for it. Shoot.
You're good, Rennie.
Wow, not even a reassurance of keeping an eye on... I was going to offer to do the whole scrying thing again, but if you're fine with me just going...
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I think we're all on the same page here.
You're becoming a trusted ally, so this is our attempt.
Well, I think we can take the adjective off of that.
I'll talk for myself then. This is an opportunity to earn all of our trust.
Interesting. Well, like I said, try not to dawdle too long. I will do what I can to keep an eye out and to capture the Master's attention so that he isn't where you need to be.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Renfield.
Thank you.
And Renfield will leave.
Is Imhotep still twiddling the coin?
Yes.
What you got there?
A little keepsake. Nothing too important to us right now. What is important is we get the machine and we get out of here and we deal with Dracula.
When he says not important, can I do an insight check?
Sure, go ahead and roll insight. Imhotep, roll opposed with whatever stat you would like.
Oh.
And in the meantime, Mary, what was that perception?
12.
With a 12, nothing seems to react to your moving towards this machine, except for the machine itself, as some residual static sparks off of your bolts. You can see it very faintly light up before dimming again.
Huh. Interesting.
As you are looking over this machine and you see it react, it is neglected, but it seems as though it is functional. It is simply deprived of a power source. It will need an extreme burst of energy in order to be able to do what is advertised.
Hey guys, stay there. I'm gonna do something. It's probably gonna be dumb, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Good luck.
And then I also rolled a 28 on my insight.
My God.
I'm very upset. My persuasion was 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. Imhotep locks eyes with you. I imagine just like the cartoon just squinting. He just kind of like flicks his eyes and flicks the coin into the hoard of gold.
Yes.
Can I try to catch it? Because we're pretty far away from the gold.
As you do that, he looks at you and says, either I put it here and whatever happens to Dracula, or I put it in your vault and whatever happens to you.
You say it as if something can happen by just flicking a coin. You're being a little cagey.
Jack. He puts his hands on Jack's shoulders. Jack, honey, friend, how long have we been together?
Plenty of time, and I trust you, which is why
And have you not learned that magic is real and magic bullshit happens sometimes?
Yes.
Coin is magic bullshit. It's gonna do magic bullshit to the vault. Do you want it to happen to this vault or to your vault?
I'm just curious. What does it actually do? Can it actually help us against Dracula?
I feel like as this conversation's happening, the coin has been tossed.
Oh yeah, the coin has been tossed. Does the effect go off right now, or does it go off when we leave?
The coin has this entire time been dramatically in slow motion, tumbling end over end in midair. And then it hits the ground, and the effect goes off.
So as the coin hits the ground, there is a puff of fire that erupts from the gold, and it burns for a few seconds before fading away, and in its place stands this little square imp in this really austere gray suit that has a button that says "The Boss."
Oh, no! Not him!
Yay!
He begins to look around. He pulls open a book and just starts going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
In the meantime, I'm going to check out some of the gold to see that we're not going to screw anything up. And then if it's clear, then I want to take some.
As you do, you are immediately interfering with Uzdaus's count.
60, 60, 60, staring at you, 60, 60. Can you move?
He's over
60,
in a different pile.
60, 60.
Jack's going to put his top hat down and then scoop as much gold as he can into the top hat.
I will say you scoop about 6,000 coins.
Excellent.
Imhotep walks on over to Jack, puts his hand on his shoulder. Leave the gold.
This is going to be for all of us, assuming that...
Leave the gold. Leave the gold. I need you to trust me. Please leave the gold.
How much of a bill do you have with someone?
He kind of looks around the entire room.
Really? This was like the main thing that I was originally trying to get to.
Yeah. Hell sucks, you know that? Don't go there. Hell really, really sucks.
Fine. He's going to walk back over to Uzdos. Just out of curiosity, are you going to need 6,000 gold? Because I know that our team is going to be coming up against something kind of big. I don't know if you guys know about Dracula, and we might be in trouble.
First of all, I think you're gonna get disadvantage on certain checks because you didn't call him the boss.
Yeah, right.
I remember my Devil's perk. I got the boss button. I get to say I'm the boss, and if you don't call me the boss, I will go back and I will find what I was supposed to get for that.
Disadvantage on like the next thing you're gonna do.
Yeah, I think you have advantage on everything against somebody who does not call you the boss.
Okay. Uzdaus opens his book and he says, Mr. Imhotep owes Lord Mammon the sum total of 603,053 gold to make good on the deal to release Sparkles, the giant golden scarab beetle.
But he left the... So all of this is to buy the scarab?
Imhotep in the back, Jack, I really like my pets, you know this.
Oh... So what you're saying is that you need this even though we're coming up against something that is going to be potentially world-ending.
Are you asking that to Uzdaus or to Imhotep?
Still to Uzdaus.
What happens here in the material plane is not my concern.
I would assume that anything in the material plane does have a side effect to you, though.
It just means more gold.
Wow. Hell is a bitch.
Right? What did I tell you? Don't do it, Jack.
How heavy is 6,000 gold?
Let me get you an exact weight. That is 120 pounds.
He's going to attempt to dump it on Uzdos and throw a fit.
I'd like to use a hero point. I'm
going to use my hand crossbow.
All right, Mary.
While we're all doing this, Uzdaus is over in the corner. 61, 62, 63,
47,
64,
53,
65.
Mary, I think we're done
75.
goofing.
All right, guys, should we
99.
get moving? I think
Walks on over to Jack, 69, 70, tees up with his umbrella, swings back and smacks him in the shins.
Ow! I'm going to pull my hand crossbow and try and pin him to the ground.
75,
guys,
76,
Renfield
77.
is actively trying to distract Dracula for us or do something. I think let's leave the little guy, and I think we need to get out of here.
He hit me!
Well, let him do his job.
85, 86,
Let's go!
87, 88.
All right, Mary, what are you doing?
So the machine needs a giant resource of power. Can I see if does it produce anything, or is it just like a generator sort of? Like, what does the machine do?
it basically absorbs and redirects power. So you would see that flooding this with power would cause it to activate, and it would begin to generate a concussive seismic force that you're not entirely sure the machine could withstand.
Well, we've gone this far. I go into a rage and I use my lightning aura to hit the machine.
All right, as you do that, it does begin to light up. It flickers a little bit. That power is turning it on, but it's not quite enough to trigger the mechanism.
I summon the javelin. All right, Fortenberg, this is your chance, buddy. Power of the Seraphim, I invoke thee. And as I say it and I snap my finger, I jam the javelin into the machine so the lightning can hit it direct on.
And the machine lights up immensely with the full force of a lightning bolt and your rage. It channels, harnesses it. It begins to shake and sputter as steam rises rapidly from it. Electricity spirals through the arcs of the Tesla coil. And you can see through kind of a viewport that there is a large piston with an energized motor that is absorbing, gearing up. It rears back and slams down. And you feel yourself knocked back 20 feet as a concussive blast emits from this machine. The whole machine begins to shake and buckle and collapse in on itself. The top entirely bows in, and smoke begins to waft out of it as all of the internal mechanics begin to fuse together, and the energy dissipates. The lights that didn't shatter immediately on impact dim, and everything settles back down, and there is a gaping hole in the center where you can see the motorized engine of this thing fused together to several pistons that is just caught and jammed and inert.
Was it supposed to do that?
I have no idea. So I saw the viewport and the piston was the thing that caused the concussive blast. Does it look like a hammer?
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
It looks as though the motorized engine is fused together in a way that looks awfully like a handle.
I grab the thing that looks like a handle and I try to pull it out.
All right, make me 3 strength saving throws with emphasis.
Oh. Remind me what emphasis is again?
So you will roll twice and take whichever result is further away from 10, whatever the more extreme result is.
Let's do the first roll. Nat 20!
Well, never mind. With a nat 20,
Hell yeah, dude.
it resists you as you are pulling, but with the full exertion of your strength and with the residual energy still coursing through you from the combined power of the javelin and your rage, it begins to light up in your hand as it absorbs that power and energy, and almost like lifting from the sword in the stone.
Yeah.
You muscle enough strength to tear this engine out of the machine. Add to your inventory the Thunderbringer.
Yeah.
This is your legendary weapon.
Ooh, buddy!
An experimental mechanical hammer with rivets and arches that resemble a Tesla coil. The Thunderbringer is a legendary weapon with the power to harness and redirect the concussive energy of an oncoming storm. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls you make with this magic weapon. In addition, it has the following properties. While you are attuned to this weapon and holding it, your strength score increases by 4 to a maximum of 20.
Jesus.
Oh, shit!
At any time, you may expend 1 use of your rage feature to infuse this weapon with the power of a storm. It gains a D4 of charges. As a bonus action, you can use 1 charge to slam the Thunderbringer on the ground. Each creature within 15 feet of you must make a DC 17 strength saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is knocked prone. On a successful save, they take half as much damage and remain standing.
Ooh, wow.
On any critical hits, the Thunderbringer will automatically deal an additional D8 of thunder damage, and the target must make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
But also that means that we have to be away from him when he does all that, right?
Friendly fire is a thing with this one, but it's up to you guys. And go ahead and roll a d4 to already have it charged up.
Okay. Okay, I rolled a 3.
So it has 3 charges.
Very nice.
And at any time, you can burn one of your rages to charge it up more and add more charges to it.
Okay.
So, you now have your legendary weapon.
Yay! Mary is just like looking over this engine and this mechanical piece of machinery as he's just staring at what's left of it. And he's just admiring as like a bunch of parts molded and put together, just like me.
Aw.
Aren't you fitting to be the weapon to help me destroy a Lord of Darkness?
That's so freaking cool.
Question, does the javelin still exist or is the javelin like gone?
The javelin does still exist.
Cool.
603,049, 603,050.
When he's counting, does he have little like tailcoats, or is he like picking up each one like individually with his hands?
No. He's just staring at it and counting it perfectly. He hasn't touched a piece of gold aside from walking around. 603,053. Closes the book. The sum total has been counted. Does the gold just start like catching on fire and just vanish?
There is a smell of sulfur as the soul coin burns and fizzles out, and in one fell swoop, almost all of the gold vanishes.
Woo!
Everything in this room all gets snatched up in one fell swoop as it gets absorbed by the coin disappears, and then Uzdaus briefly disappears a moment after. If there's any last thing you want to do with Uzdaus before he's gone, go for it.
I mean, he's just going back to hell, right? Can I shoot him with a crossbow?
That's up to Daniel.
It's a character who is vanishing for the rest of the game. He's a one-off joke character. Hit him.
Okay. I'm just trying to get his book, if at all possible.
You're not going to get the book.
Okay, that's fine. So, that's 9 damage.
Cool. He has 16 HP, so you hit him. He just gives you a look, opens the book, makes a note, closes the book, and disappears into a puff of fire.
See you around, you little shit.
Imhotep in the corner, pinching the bridge of his nose. Jack, that was the worst idea, like, ever. Like, we're about to go fight a big, angry, scary vampire, and I think that was the dumber decision between the two of those choices.
You all have your petty moments. This was mine.
And there is left over 3,001 gold pieces.
Hey, 3,000 is not bad.
I'm going to assume that we just divvy it up between all of us.
No complaints there.
This is more money than I've had this whole fucking game.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what 3,000 is split between.
That would be 600 per person and then 1 gold left over.
All right.
Cool.
Sweet. Adding 600.
Imhotep, you want that last one?
Sure, why not?
There you go. Treat yourself.
I'm just holding my new weapon, and then I look at the javelin, look at the hammer.
Hey, Jack.
Yes?
What's another way to kill a vampire besides sunlight?
I know holy water does a little bit of damage, but not a lot.
Is there another way besides holy water?
I think I've heard garlic. Garlic works. It can fend them off.
So with all this gold, Mary wants to treat us to some garlic foods.
We should find the deed to the castle and say it is ours and say he cannot come inside.
Yeah.
There we go. And then Mary could cook us some pasta or something.
Never mind. As I walk away,
I was trying to set you up so you could say it.
He's been demoralized. Off we go.
I was like, steak, driving stakes through heart. What do I have now? I have a big ass steak and a big ass hammer.
And a big ass heart.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, oh, damn it. I was going to say steak.
And now I'm hungry for steak, so let's go kill a vampire and I'm making steak.
Ooh.
And as you leave the vault and return back into Warwick Castle proper, Imhotep, you feel another weight lifting off of you existentially. As you can sense, Sparkles has been safely returned back from whence he came to the British Royal Museum.
Yay!
And you now only have one tether to the Hells, one outstanding contract, and it's just killing Dracula.
All right. You all watch as Imhotep rolls his shoulders, kind of cracks his knuckles. For once, he looks weirdly serious. He's like, all right, let's fuck up a vampire.
Woo! All right!
You seem very eager to kill a vampire. Not that I am opposed, certainly.
I
not.
have 2 devils off my back. I have one more fucker out there.
Oh, that's right. You went to hell.
Wait, how many devils are there?
Don't worry about it. Keeps walking on by him.
So do you think he's still expecting us, or do you think he wonders where we fucked off to for 45 minutes? We might have gotten the element of surprise back.
I feel like he knows we are here.
Yeah, I think he knows too. Doubt he's shaking in his boots though.
So you all continue along the path, descending into the torture basement.
Ooh.
I remember this.
Oh, this pit up here. I fell last time. I'm one of the spawn side, and they told me it was really embarrassing. Oh.
I'm surprised you told us that.
And the pit has been filled in since then. There is also a lack of coffins,
Oh.
but also nothing in your way as you continue along through the entrance to the throne room.
You know, the more and more we walk along, the more and more uneasy I feel.
Me too.
Imhotep,
Yes.
who was that little guy that was there?
Good question. Keeps walking.
I have a tactical question, team. Last time we were here, we brought out Kilmarnock and he sort of turned on us. But I think we've got his book. Does anyone disagree with giving it back to him to curry some favor?
To give the Necronomicon back to Kilmarnock?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's his book.
I mean, every ally
Was it his book?
doesn't hurt. Yes,
he's got a point.
he wrote it, I think.
Oh.
Cool, as long as we're all good with that. I don't know what he's going to do with it. Obviously, there could be unintended consequences, but I don't know. I feel a little bad.
I mean, the last time he and I talked, we kind of ended on good terms. He's the only reason I made it out of here in the first place.
Really?
I don't know if working with him is going to be a good idea, but at the same time, I also agree with Larry. We need all the allies we can get.
Yeah, so I say that's a great idea. We'll give him back his book.
Would it be bad to try and leverage the book?
No, let's not make more enemies.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to see him, but I'm just saying.
Well, I'm sure if we wave that thing around enough, he'll make himself known.
Yeah.
Above table, yes.
Yay!
It might take a turn's worth of wiggling.
Maybe just as long as we don't force him back into the flask.
I mean, I don't think any of us still have the flask.
Kilmarnock ate it. We're back in the clock room. Is there anything happening?
Doors are open.
Yikes. All right. Oh,
Are they open puzzle-wise? Or, are they just still set to 4:30? Could we fuck around? Could we spin the minute and the hour hand?
You could fuck around if you want.
Nope, not fucking around.
Not fucking around.
well, Larry's going to finish climbing up these stairs and kind of quietly, low to the ground, poke his head through what I think's the door to the main chamber that we found Dracula last time.
Is everybody going, or is Larry just poking his head in?
I mean, we'll follow, assuming that...
Yeah, I'm going with.
I'm going with.
As you all make your way in, you see splayed out before you dozens of coffins, and hanging above them from the ceiling is Dracula,
Oh, look at him!
suspended upside down, wrapped up in his cloak, and silhouetted in shadow like an enormous bat.
Oh, that is mighty intimidating.
Don't like that.
Very much.
Yay, Groonies.
And there's a lot of boxes there.
And he begins to stir, but his eyes remain closed, and he remains suspended directly above all of the coffins.
Hey, does anyone see Renfield?
I assume he fucked off. It's what I would have done. It's fine.
Well,
Anyone have fire?
It's really funny you should say that. I have a spell that is a 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder of sacred fire.
Yeah, let's do
Okay, well,
that.
that's not going to hit all of them, so...
Well, it's not going to do all of them, but it's going to piss him off and get a couple of them.
And I got something that I could just leap up and smash, because I have a feeling that this new toy, as I hold up the Thunderbringer, can do some really cool shit.
Do we want to risk waking him up?
Were we
I
not...
think no matter what we do, we're going to wake him up.
Yeah, I thought we were chanting kill the vampire on the way in here. Is that not
yeah,
still the
you're
plan?
right.
He's going to wake up at some point in that process.
But he's so much bigger now. But you're right.
And his eyes shoot open
Ah, shit.
God damn it!
as he unfurls. The wings fold back into his cloak, and he descends before you.
We took too long.
As he floats down over the coffins, he says, "Ah, there you all are. I anticipated you would arrive 45 minutes ago."
Would you say you're surprised?
You were not unexpected, though you are uninvited.
Good thing we're not vampires.
Big talk coming from a guy who's been uninvited for a long time.
However, so long as this remains civil, you will still be treated as my guests. And he signals as coming out from the hallways are 4 brides.
Oh. Oh, he got a new one.
Should you do what I fear you will be too impulsive to resist, I have taken the liberty of making it easier for you. Unlike my associates, I will not resort to any trickery. This is not a Jacumin Gisacopa.
Oh.
Huba, what now say come again?
What?
Ah, my apologies. I believe you call it a joke shell.
Still go over my head, friend.
Look, I know I'm only 2 years old. I got some culture in me, but yeah, I'm still getting there. What was that?
I have no idea.
I must be at a loss for the words. What is the English expression for the pastime where you hide the minje, mix around the kupa until you lose track and need to guess?
Oh, shells?
Shell
Like
game?
a shell game?
Akolo yestet, thank you. The phrase was eluding me.
You know, I had to learn your fuckers' language, so...
So did I.
I didn't even have time to learn another language.
Dracula having his big moment, the rest of us being just dumbasses.
As you all are turning and talking to yourselves that way, he will melt into the shadows and pop up from your shadows behind you.
Whoa!
Moving forward, of course, I will not allow you to destroy more of my coffins, so you either leave this room, having pledged your loyalty to me, or you do not leave at all.
Oh.
Here's an idea. How about you go to all of London and take that bounty off our heads, but you do it yourself. So that way everyone sees that it's clear that we're not against you.
I would be more than willing to bring you all into my good graces, and into this country's good graces. But I need assurance first that you will not turn against me and that we are, in fact, in league. And around this time, one at a time, you will each feel a message cantrip as you hear a voice in your head, one by one, saying, "Wait for the window, then strike and get out." And as Dracula is looming over you, you see his attention suddenly and quickly snap away as you hear, echoing around the room,
Hate it still. Even if it is on our side this time, still hate it.
and you see, entering from the back of the room, with a covered-up gurney, Raynor, the soulless vampire spawn. Giggling gleefully. "Did you miss me, Master? We have them now, right where we want them." But of course, we should take care of the more pressing matters first. Time is, after all, of the essence for the grand plan to gain a boon from the demon prince Orcus for your ascent into lichdom.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Okay.
And Dracula, appropriately, glitches in between planes, stares at the body, stares at stares at Raynor. And everybody roll insight.
You got it.
Ooh, insight.
Nat 20! Nat 20!
You know, not a nat 20, but 25. I have a 25.
Oh, dirty 20! Dirty 20! I rolled a 19, it's a +1. Dirty 20!
Yeah, 23 here too. Yeah, we're just kicking it out. We know what's up.
Seriously.
I mean, everybody aced this one, so...
We are locked in.
So, with all of that, you can feel that the amulet that previously had contained Renfield's soul is now inert and nothing more than an empty piece of jewelry. Renfield's soul is no longer in your possession, and Raynor is once again a soulless vampire spawn, and he did give you the heads up to look for your opportunity. You don't know if it's now, but it will be soon. And Dracula is going to say, I was wondering where you had gone off to, Mr. Renfield. And I was beginning to worry. That doctor proved exactly as capable as I feared he was, and good help is hard to come by. But I have more pressing matters to deal with. Master, I understand, but we really do not have the time to spare. I did not ask for your input, Mr. Renfield. And need I remind you who holds the reins in this dynamic? And he holds up a hand as Raynor freezes in place. As a matter of fact, I do not know that I want this soul in the state that it's in. I think perhaps it might be better to start anew, and perhaps get our timing a little more in line. Master, I do not know that is... I do not know that I asked. And Dracula is going to melt through the shadows and pop back up from Raynor's shadow.
Can I cast the spell Far Step on myself?
Please describe the spell Far Step.
You teleport up to 60 feet in an unoccupied space you can see. On each of your turns before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to teleport in this way again.
Yes, you absolutely can.
All right, so I activate Far Step. I don't... Is he looking in our direction? I don't think I'm gonna move yet.
He is currently facing towards you.
Pooh, okay. Well, regardless, Far Step is active.
Hey, Dan?
Yes.
Can I activate my Divine Sense? The description is within 60 feet to detect presence of undead, celestial, or fiend. Also detect consecrated or deconsecrated object or place. This is just me spitballing of what might happen. We're getting into a fight with his brides, and I also have a silly hunch that his coffin is desecrated, so I could use it to find the coffin we need to smash.
I will allow that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can absolutely use your divine sense to suss out which coffin is his.
Cool. Is it like range that does it only last for like a minute, or should I activate it when I'm closer to the bunch of coffins right here?
When it feels narratively appropriate, activate it.
You got it.
And Dracula will say to Raynor, answer me this question, Mr. Renfield. Why is it of such vital importance to you what order I conduct my business in? This is, after all, neglectful to our guests.
Waves awkwardly.
Well, Master, I simply want to ensure that the plan that we had set up for your immutability would work as planned. The clock is running out, time is of the essence, and I understand that. But we have another soul we could harvest. Why is it important that it be this one? Well, Master, it's not the specific soul that's important, just I want to make sure this group has been very proactive, they are very tenacious, and as you know, they have been taking out your ordinary means of regeneration, so it's better to be safe than... I do not think they have the capabilities to take out myself, my coffin, and the coffin several miles away simultaneously. Should push come to shove, as the expression were, I will still be fine. I think it's awfully presumptuous of you to assume that you know better than me. Or am I misunderstanding what is happening here?
Hey guys, do we need to be here for this? This is you know? It's like watching your sibling get in trouble. I don't
know if we can leave.
You get a message that says, wait for it.
Ah!
I have an idea of something that I really want to try, Dan. I'm messaging it to you.
Mary just grips the Thunderbringer even tighter, just in anticipation for the signal.
Just as an idea. It's like where my mind is at right now.
So please vocalize your plan.
So what I want to do is I want to hit him with the Disintegrate spell from my Hellraiser, use it here, and it forces a save on him. I want to call Asmodeus with one last Devil's Bargain just to put the fear of God in him and remind him who he got his powers from.
Oh.
And then make him fail the save and take a minimum of 40 damage, maximum of 100.
Okay.
Because it's 10d6 plus 40 force damage. It won't kill him. It won't kill him. But I want to throw him off balance and take a shit ton of his health out of him.
Yeah, because I want to get at least one hit on him before he's done so.
That does have a range of 60 feet. I'll tell you what, I will set you up for that.
Okay. I need to go get more dice then.
I don't have a scheme this time.
And Raynor will say, I do not dare to put myself above you, Master. I simply know that our mutual lord, the Demon Prince of Undeath, is a fickle one, and we do not want to squander his favor while we have it, so it might be more prudent to talking. I believe you're beginning to outlive your usefulness, Mr. Renfield. And if you do not back down on this course of action right now, then you are no longer in my good graces. I know a setup when I see it. I know that you are in league with all of our guests. So this is your opportunity to show where your loyalty lies. As he raises up his hands and begins to charge up his aura of death. So tell me, Mr. Renfield, who holds the reins? And Raynor, with a look of fear that melts out of him, begins simply laughing. And Dracula will use his breath weapon on Raynor. So that will be...
The guts on this kid.
I know.
That is going to be 64 damage.
Oh my god!
Wow.
As the shadows leap up around Raynor, he gets drowned in this negative necrotic energy, and he gets ripped and torn to shreds, but still stands firm with 80 some odd health.
Ugh.
With his focus on Raynor, is he still keeping an eye on us?
You hear the message, now.
All right, let's go, boys!
I assume it's roll initiative time
Yeah.
if we're going to keep any semblance
That's a
of
good
order.
point.
With a
yeah.
sense of order,
Yeah.
if you guys would like to, I am not going to call for you to roll combat initiative just yet.
Oh, interesting.
Raynor continues to laugh, and Dracula says, you are no longer of any use to me. Go ahead and end yourself.
Oh my god!
And with a wicked grin, Raynor says, well, if you insist, Master.
Oh my god!
And he holds a claw up to his neck as it swirls with necrotic energy, and he says the words, "Power word kill." Power word kill. You utter a word of power that can compel one creature you can see within range to die instantly. If the creature you choose has 100 hit points or fewer, it dies. Otherwise, the spell has no effect.
Oh, I hate that he has that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
And with a spasm and a slump, the body of Raynor falls over and begins to disintegrate. And you feel a familiar feeling of a temperature change in the room, as Raynor is dead for now.
Lock it, buddy.
And you feel the locket is just a standard piece of jewelry.
What? Oh my god. Dan, is our movement, like, can we keep shimmying down this, once again, a very large map?
While all that was happening, you can have started making your way forward. The brides on either side of you begin to eye you suspiciously and close in.
I hate that there's 4 now.
Well, the range of divine sense is 60 feet. Perfect. I'm at the base of these coffins, and I would like to activate my divine sense.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
It's just because I happened to put exactly 20 coffins down, so this will just determine which one.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Okay. That is a 5.
So that one's the real one.
That one? Cool.
And all of this is happening while Dracula and Raynor were having that exchange.
Awesome. Can I jump to it and activate my Thunderbringer?
Go for it.
Fuck yeah.
While you do that, at the same time, Dracula will melt through the shadows and pop back up behind Imhotep and Phantom from out of their shadows.
He's behind you!
Ah, goddamn shadowy bastard.
These 3 things are all going to happen simultaneously, and then you will roll initiative. So, you make your move to destroy the coffin. Dracula reappears behind Imhotep. Imhotep and Larry, you both get to do your reactions. Then you will be rolling initiative.
Larry, would you like to go first?
Probably. Seeing him appear suddenly behind you, I'm gonna turn around and just really channel a lot of energy into the scythe, and it's gonna start to, like, silently hum. And a little, like, crack will run down the blade in the shape of teeth.
Ooh.
And Larry's gonna breathe and say, well, Mr. Dracula, if you don't want that soul anymore, I'm happy to take it off your hands for you. And he's gonna run up and he's gonna slice through Dracula while activating Booming Blade. Booming Blade, as part of your action used to cast the spell, you must make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature within the spell's range, otherwise the spell fails. On a hit, the sufferer targets the attack's normal effects and becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of your next turn. If the target willingly moves before then, it must immediately take 1d8 thunder damage. That at this point is now 2d8 thunder damage, as well as I'm going to roll to hit.
I don't know if it would be too much, but would I have been able to take the help action?
He is within 30 feet.
Yep.
So you can do that. So that will be advantage to hit.
Okay, I'll roll again, see if we crit, because I think that would do it. No, so that will be a 25 to hit.
A 25 will hit.
Thank goodness, or else I'd cry. I'm shaking right now. So that will be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage from the Reaping Scythe.
Do you rip Vorberg's soul out?
I'm trying. Let's see, does Booming Blade do any damage before he moves? The melee attack deals an extra d8 thunder damage, so he will take that d8 ahead of time and then another d8 when he moves. So that is an additional 8 of thunder damage. So currently it is 21 damage. And then Dan, as a bonus action, I want to try reaping with the scythe, and I want to attempt to pull Vordenberg out.
So this is a thing that Jordan and I discussed off mic. Basically how I'm going to have the reaping scythe work as far as pulling souls out. It will be a bonus action. You will force a saving throw. Let me double check what stat. I believe it is a charisma save.
Oh, heck.
It is a charisma save. And should the charisma save fail, then the soul would be ripped out.
Because I think we discussed previously Card Captor's Curse wouldn't work on him here, because he won't be able to die, technically.
The Card Captor's Curse captures the soul after death. Reducing him to 0 HP here would not kill him.
Yeah, okay.
So he will go ahead and make his charisma saving throw. That is a 4 plus 12, so 16.
Plus 12 is brutal, man. My save DC is 16.
No!
So 16 to 16.
That's me to beat. Them's the rules.
He will resist.
Yeah.
The soul will start to emerge and then get pulled back in. Then Imhotep, do your thing.
So, after Larry comes through and slashes through him, does all the weird glitching stuff, Imhotep takes the sword, jams it into his gut, and the eyes on the skull at the pommel of the hilt starts to glow, and this evil energy rushes through the blade and into him, and he has to make me a dexterity saving throw.
That was a nat 20.
No, it wasn't. As I pump this into him, my eyes glow a different shade of red than usual. It's a darker shade of red. And right next to Erik, he says, I call upon the forces of Asmodeus. Your quarry is in front of you. Grant me the power to bring him to you.
As the cool thing is about to happen, you feel like a little piece of paper getting jabbed into your ribs, and Erik is quietly pushing his sandwich card up against you, get it stamped. Get it stamped.
But yes, I beseech the name of Asmodeus as I make one more devil's bargain to make him fail that save.
And he looks at you as you beseech Asmodeus, and he chuckles as he says,
Asmodeus has not been my patron for some time. My power stems from Orcus.
And he's going to use a thing that I have not, up until this point, given any enemies.
Oh, shit.
He's going to burn one of his legendary resistances.
Oh.
As a consolation prize, Daniel, you will not expend any resources. You will still have everything that you just used. You will not have the nat 1 from a devil's bargain. You will still have the disintegration.
Good.
So legendary resistance is a thing that ultra powerful monsters get, where 3 times per day, they can choose to ignore failure. If they fail a saving throw, they can say, no, I didn't. So he now has 2 legendary resistances.
As Imhotep pulls the sword out and sees that nothing happened, he goes, I did a lot of work to do that, and I thought it was going to be really, really cool, and now I just feel like a jackass.
You're about to be feeling a lot worse.
Oh,
Mary, go ahead and destroy the coffin, and everyone roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
We are the outcasts, the misfits you might say. We deal with the nightmares that you run away from every single day. We know the world is a gruesome little place, but us outsiders, we've developed quite a taste for the grisly and morbid, the ghastly and the horrid. We know it's awful dreadful, but we like it. Just another haunted night, shrouded with unearthly fright. So when you're oh so terrified, you know who to call. The world is falling apart, we'll never take it to heart. So monsters and creatures and spirits and specters and all. Let's all have a ball.
Like, could we fuck around? Could we spin the...
You could fuck around if you want.
Nope, not fucking around.
Not fucking around.
Imhotep wraps his bandages around the Phantom's arms and starts dragging him.
But it's the last chance to have fun. I died last time. No!
Well-timed ambulance.
I'm dying now.
I'm sorry. Who died last time?
Erik looks at you sheepishly. We died last time.